Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Game Week 4 League 1 score predictions. If you do want to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well. If you are new, can we try and hit 150 likes on today's video? And don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below. How do you think your team will get on this midweek? We've got 11 games to go through as Rotherham versus Burton has been postponed because I think didn't Burton have some sort of electrical faults last week because they're playing some sort of Carabao Cup match. I think it was either Burton or the team that they're playing against, but either way there's only 11 games for us, so we're going to do this one slightly different to how we've done the first three. So let me know down below if you prefer the way I do this or the previous ones. Let's get into it. Starting out firstly then with AFC Wimbledon versus Cardiff City. Now Wimbledon I think have shocked a fair few, including myself, with back-to-back wins. They had a great win away at Reading on Saturday, and obviously Cardiff, they've had a pretty solid start to the season. They're currently sat up in second, so both teams I think relative to what they expected have had good starts, especially Wimbledon, but with them being the home side, Cardiff lacking the experience in there. They were pretty poor away at Vale on a Thursday night. I'm going to back Wimbledon for 3 wins on the bounce. I'm going 1-0 to the Wombles in that one. Something's just telling me, under the lights, Johnny Jackson, I'm backing Wimbledon for a 1-0 win. Huddersfield Town versus Doncaster Rovers. Obviously a bit of a Yorkshire derby in that one. Both teams have had great starts to the season. Huddersfield obviously losing against Blackpool on Saturday 3-2 to 10 men for a large part as well was a very disappointing result for them. Doncaster have had a great start to the season, 2 wins and a draw, although their fixtures haven't been the hardest. I feel like with Huddersfield being the home side, they're going to get a reaction, they're going to bounce back. It won't be easy, but I think Huddersfield will come away from that game with a 2-1 victory personally. Luton Town versus Wigan Athletic. Wigan have had a positive start to the season on the whole. Christian said he's looking a real handful at the top end of the pitch. Luton sit one place below them in 9th at the moment. Both teams have got 2 wins and a loss from their opening 3 matches. There's not been loads of goals in a lot of their matches so far. I think this will finish in a score draw. I'm going to go 1-1 in that one personally. Mansfield Town versus Blackpool FC. Obviously Blackpool won't have Niall Ennis for the next 3 matches after he was sent off on the weekend despite a great win at home to Huddersfield Town. As for Mansfield, they'd started the season quite poorly, but recently I've got back-to-back wins in all competitions. Got a brilliant 2-1 win away at Exeter on Saturday, but I think both sides are probably going to cancel each other out. Defensively quite strong with there being no Niall Ennis, but Blackpool are quite strong defensively. I think this game might finish in a 0-0 draw. Northampton Town versus Lincoln City. Again, Lincoln have had a pretty positive start to the season on the whole. Back-to-back home wins for them, and their only defeat coming when they did go down to 10 men. As for Northampton, they're currently sat in the relegation zone. They've only scored 1 goal all season as well, and that came from a set play. So I'm not feeling particularly confident about Northampton, even though they are at home. Lincoln are looking pretty strong as well. I'm going to back them for another 3 points in this game. I'm going 1-0 to the away side. I just don't see where Northampton's goals are going to come from. There's a real lack of quality in that squad, especially for League 1 level. Peterborough United versus Barnsley FC. Now, in years gone by at Barnsley, I would have comfortably backed them for a defeat in this one. Despite Peterborough being sat second bottom at the moment, they've only scored 1 goal all season. That was a penalty. They've conceded 6. It's 3 straight defeats on the bounce for them, and they're playing against Barnsley, who are obviously currently sat in 3rd. They've had a great start to the season, winning away at Plymouth, coming from 2-0 down to beat Burton at home and picking up a good point at home to Bolton when they got a very early red card in the second half. I think Barnsley will come away from this game with a pretty comfortable win. Peterborough are looking awful defensively. There's a real lack of quality in that squad. Even though Barnsley have got question marks over them defensively, I think even they might keep a clean sheet against Peterborough. I'm going Peterborough 0, Barnsley 3. I think with the firepower and the quality that's in that Barnsley squad, surely they win that game pretty comfortably. Plymouth Argyle versus Leyton Orient. I think for both teams' standards, they'll be very underwhelmed with their starts of the season, especially Plymouth Argyle, who currently sit 3rd bottom. They're only one of 3 teams to have yet picked up a point so far this season. They've conceded the second most amount of goals as well. They've conceded 8 goals so far this campaign, and defensively they do look an absolute shambles. As for Leyton Orient, they've had 1 of each in their opening 3 matches, 1 win, 1 draw and 1 defeat. It has been a pretty inconsistent start to the season, but even though they were 2-0 down, they probably did deserve to beat Stockport on Saturday. They obviously came back and picked up a point in that one. I think Orient will come away from this game with a 2-1 victory. Plymouth need to spend some money on that squad because it's nowhere near the standard, especially defensively. They are absolutely hopeless. Port Vale Vale versus Stevenage is a very hard game to predict, in all honesty. Obviously, Stevenage have had a great start to the season, sat top of the table. The only teams have a 100% win record and win their opening 3 matches. They've scored 6, just conceded 2. They had a great opening day win against Blackpool, and then since then they obviously beat Rotherham, and I think beat Northampton as well. As for Port Vale, they're sat down in 19th. They've only got 2 points so far. The only team in the entire division to be on 2 points at this moment in time. They've had a defeat and 2 draws as well. They've been unlucky with a couple of red cards as well. I think on Saturday it was harsh, but probably by the letter of the law. These days it probably is a red card, but it shouldn't be a red card. The letter of the law shouldn't say that that is a red card. There's only been 3 goals scored in their matches for Port Vale, so quite low scoring so far. Stevenage pretty strong defensively, but I'm going to back Port Vale for their first win of the season. I think going away to Port Vale on a Tuesday night is not going to be an easy place for Stevenage to go. I'm going to back Port Vale for a 1-0 home win. As we know, Rotherham United versus Burton Albion has been postponed, so we'll move on then to my team, whereas we travel away to Stockport County. I think again this is going to be a real tough fixture for us. Obviously we're sat 6th in the table at this moment in time. We've had a great start to the season with home wins against Wycombe and Luton and a draw away at Northampton, a game which we should have won. We had the better chances. We were the better team in that game. Stockport, though, they've had a similarly great start to the season with 2 wins and a draw as well. They've had some pretty tough fixtures. They've played the likes of Bolton, they've played Wycombe away, they've also played Orient away as well. So they've not had the easiest start to life in League One, and they've still come away from the game from them games with 7 points. Their manager, Jave Challoner, fuming on Saturday, and I feel like they're certainly going to get a reaction in this one. For me, our season is not going to be defined by winning or losing away at Stockport. If we lose, and as long as we play well, I'm more than happy to accept that. Stockport have spent a lot of money on their squad. I think they might beat us in this one. I'll go 2-1 to Stockport, but I would absolutely snap your hand off for a point in that fixture, as I would have done on Saturday, and we won that game. But us at home and away from home, they're basically 2 completely different sides, so who knows what could happen. As long as we go there and give it us all, I'll be happy with that, but I'm going to back Stockport, unfortunately, for a 2-1 win. Wycombe Wanderers versus Exeter City. Wycombe have had a very underwhelming start to the campaign so far. Just 1 point from their opening 3 matches. They obviously lost their first 2 games, but again, they've not had the easiest start to life, going away to Bradford, then at home to Stockport, then away to Doncaster. They're not easy fixtures whatsoever, and they're obviously in a little bit of a transition period now with Richard Corney leaving, Mike Dodd still trying to get his grips on things as well. As for Exeter, they've had, I would say on the whole, a disappointing start to the season, going away to Doncaster and being dominated despite a great win at home to Blackpool, then losing at home to Mansfield as well. So I would say in this game, Wycombe, with them being the home side, you'd expect them to probably get the first 3 points of the season if there's no Mickey Van Sass errors in this one. I'll back them for a 2-0 win. I think it'll be pretty comfortable as well, to be honest. And finally then, we have the Wednesday clash between Bolton Wanderers and Reading FC. Now, Reading have had an awful start to the season. They're currently sat bottom of the table, I think on alphabetical name, really, because it might be down to discipline, I don't really know, because Peterborough and Reading have equally had an awful start to the season. I've been really surprised by how bad that Reading have been. Just 1 goal scored, and that was a 35-yard screamer from Lewis Wing, an absolutely outstanding goal. He's far too good to be playing in League One, but he seems to be the only real quality in that squad at this moment in time. They've conceded 6, they're sat bottom of the league. They're going away to Bolton, who on the whole have had a pretty good start to the campaign. Yes, they lost away at Stockport, but they bounced back with a good win at home at Plymouth, and they drew away at Barnsley as well. Showed some great fight and had the chances to maybe win the game as well in the end. So I'd say on the whole, despite being 13th, it has been a good start to the season for Bolton. I think they'll get another win in this one. I'll back the home side for a 2-0 victory in that one. And there we have it then. There are my Game Week 4 League 1 score predictions, minus Rotherham versus Burton, as obviously that one has been postponed. But if you have enjoyed watching, please make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well. If you are new, can we try and hit 150 likes, as I mentioned at the start of today's video? And don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below. What is your score prediction for your sides clash, and how do you think you'll get on over this midweek? I'd say how do you think you'll get on tomorrow, but obviously there is the Wednesday game as well. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do in regards of reviews. You might have to just do the review and minus the Bolton game, and that come out on Wednesday. And obviously we'll have the League 1 transfer roundup coming out tomorrow. That normally comes out on a Monday, but when there's midweek matches, there's going to be plenty of content for you all to get your teeth stuck into. Check out last night's League 1 review as well from Game Week 3 if you haven't already. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon for another one.